Hey everyone, before we get started with today's video, if you forgot to use a referral code when you signed up for Uber to get your bonus or guarantee of up to $1,000, then here's how to apply my referral code so you can still get some extra money. Here's the steps. So 1, open the Uber app. Next, click your photo or the 3 lines at the top corner. Click earnings. Click help or question mark. Click account and payment. Then referrals. And this step is really important. Click invited driver, report my missing or incorrect driver referral. And then click send a message. And for the invite code, use G4QA5UE. Friend's name, yours truly, Gregory Wave. GREGORYWAVE, like wave. The phone number is 815-847-0184. And the email is gregwave@yahoo.com. And for the details, you can just say something like, my good friend Gregory referred me to drive for Uber. What's up everybody, my name's Greg Wave. I have another quick video for you. As usual, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. There's gonna be much more content. This is a little bit different, I've kind of touched on it, but today what I'm talking about is what to do if you get a ride that cancels midway through the ride. I've had a few different ways this has happened to me. One of the ways it's happened where it actually worked in my favor is it was a really short ride and they canceled it, and so I got a $5 cancellation fee, and I probably would have made like $260 off of it. Like, it was a really short ride, so I didn't really know why they did it, but I was just like, hey, whatever. So in that scenario, don't do anything, take the extra money. But if it is a scenario where you're kind of getting screwed over and maybe it's a longer ride and they cancel it, I don't really know how they get away with that. I would imagine Lyft and Uber, if they haven't already, would be patching little hacks like that. The main thing is, at the end of the day, just report it. Always report it, and report it fast so that they take care of it right away and you get paid for that ride faster. You know, there's shady people out there, and you're going to pick up a lot of them. So don't overthink it. I mean, if you do want to call out the customer, you can. I personally just feel like that never really gets you anywhere. I would say just do the ride like normal and don't even act like anything happened or it's bothering you. And then when you get there, report it. You know, because all that's really going to happen is, I don't know. I don't even want to mess with people that are that stingy that they would cancel a ride mid-ride. You know, I'd rather just get them out of my car and report it, let Uber and Lyft deal with it. You know, we do a lot for Uber and Lyft. Let them deal with the dirty work. Personally, for that scenario, I just wouldn't even put too much thought into it. I would just report it. I mean, if you want, you could pull over and kick them out. Again, I don't see that as being a major issue. The second thing is just if you have someone who's really rude, I'm going to say just rude. If they're being aggressive, kick them out, report them, and drive away. All right, there's nothing else to do. Like, if you're in a situation where you feel safe, tell them to get out. If you feel like that person could overpower you, like, there's no shame in calling the cops right there or threatening to call the cops or just doing whatever instinctively you need to do to get them out of the car, whether it's just pulling over at a McDonald's or a public place so that there's people around and saying, hey, like, you need to leave right now. Whatever you got to do to feel safe, but be smart, you know, and that's an easy thing to do if you are in a threatening situation, is pull over in a very public place with a lot of people. Especially if you're a woman or you feel like you can't defend yourself well and you have like a really aggressive, large male or whatever the scenario is. Yeah, get over in a public space with a lot of people in the area and just be like, hey, you need to get out now or I'm calling the cops. And then report that passenger to Lyft. But if they're just being rude or aggressive or jerks, here's what I do. I don't pay any mind to it. I'm trying to get rides, so I don't like canceling rides because I'm always trying to do my Lyft rental car program. So I'm always trying to get the ride bonuses by giving extra rides. So for me, I just deal with it. I get there, I tell them have a nice day. I then give them 3 stars or 2 stars and be like, hey, they were extremely rude. They made a lot of condescending comments or whatever it was. And I let Lyft and Uber deal with it. If you want to cancel mid-ride, go for it. You know, that's up to you. I don't like dealing with the awkwardness of pulling over and telling them to get out of my car, especially if they don't really feel like they've done anything wrong. So that's not what I personally do, but I know people who do that. They pull over and they're like, hey, you need to get the hell out of here right now. And that's not really my approach, but if it's what you like, you know, do it. You'll probably get a cancellation fee, or Lyft will probably do something to hook you up. And then in general, I kind of was already touching on this by accident, but as far as kicking passengers out, obviously I think that's the best way, is being in a public scenario and just being like, hey, I need you to get out. Because they're going to feel the pressure if everyone's watching them. They're going to know that they can't do something aggressive. Like I said, if you can't feel safe, if it is a situation where you don't want to deal with them, you know, it might come with a little bit of arguing, but you have the power to do it. And don't let anyone tell you you don't. You know, you're an independent contractor. You can take whatever rides you want. And if you feel unsafe, or if you feel they're being way too rude, you know, just pull over in a public place and ask them nicely to get out. I think this is something we all like have these freak out like scenarios in our head that we play over and over again of like what we would do in this scenario, that scenario. And to me, that's what you do, because like if they are a dangerous person, you know, they're going to attack you if you call the cops, you know, or whatever the scenario is. Just pull over in a public place, ask them to get out, you know, and report it to Lyft. In scenarios like this, that's a very important thing, is always reporting it to Lyft, because if the customer reports it first and it's a serious issue, I feel like Lyft and Uber would look at that and they'd be like, okay, well, why should I believe you? You know, you were being like, you didn't even tell us about this. Now it's 3 days later, you know, they're going to be skeptical. So I just wanted to give you guys something quick today, just so that you feel prepared in scenarios like that. So yeah, go crush it, guys. I hope you kill it out there this week. Get some good rides, get some good tips, and I will see you on another episode.